Oh, how we doing, YouTube? Well, after waiting on the Postal Service, and I'm still waiting on stuff, I got another case of this. I'm going to try it. I've used the old Brad Penn stuff back in the day. Had good luck with it. I didn't realize this was partial synthetic. It was supposed to be just a regular mineral-based oil. But this is supposedly like maybe only 10 or 20% synthetic. 1540. It's supposed to have a lot more zinc and ZDDP and other good stuff in it. We're going to run it, if nothing else, just for a little bit of time. I also went ahead today and pulled the trigger on 2 cases of Extreme Products 1540, which from what I've heard, if we have to go methanol, it's pretty resilient to the methanol. This guy's saying you go to clean up parts or something and you can't wipe the oil off with alcohol. You have to use, you know, something different to get a brake clean or even gasoline. So then, because of the FUBAR on the Postal Service, and this stuff supposedly got lost, it was ordered almost 3 weeks ago. Amazon went ahead and replaced it, and the guy told me basically, his stuff shows up, don't worry about returning it. At this point, they wrote it off. Well, the stuff I ordered originally, some of it showed up today. The plug wires, which I'll end up with 2 sets of them, so I may put a set up, or may just put a set on the wife's El Camino. The CX Racing 3x3x3 merge pipe for the charge pipes. I got 2 sets of these now, 3/8/16 ARP. They're 12-point nuts. And I got these because I've got 3 nuts on one header and 2 on the other side that you can only get an open-end wrench on them to tighten them. And we all know an open-end wrench, once you get so tight, the wrench spreads, it slips off, you can't get them tight. Well, with these, I can get a boxed-in wrench over the stud, into the stud, because I have studs in the headers with the spacers, but I can't get it on the nut because it won't fit between the nut and the header tube. Well, these are small. They're 7/16, but they're 3/8/16 ARP. So 2 elbows to come off of the charge side, the compressor side of the turbo. I ordered black. I don't know why they sent me red, but I'm not going to complain because, like I said, all this stuff's pretty much freebie stuff at this point. So maybe the other ones will be black, because when we reordered them, the guy asked me what color on these, and I said black. So I got those. This is just some of the stuff I've been waiting on. This stuff was all ordered back right after Thanksgiving. About 3 or 4 days after Thanksgiving. And it's just now got here. Now, here's the funny thing. I went down and talked to the post office, and I talked to the supervisor down there. I guess he's the head guy down there at the post office. And all this stuff was setting at the overflow facility for the local distribution center in Edgerton, Kansas. All of a sudden, that was on Saturday. All of a sudden, this stuff showed up. And these were actually sitting in front of the door at 5 o'clock this morning when my wife left to go to work. She walks out the door between 1/4 and 5 o'clock every morning, and these were sitting there. And if anybody knows these are not cheap wires. Summit, I think they're like 165 or 169 a set. These are the big block Chevy under the header plugs. They're already pre-made. Most of the time they're a little bit too long, but I wanted a good plug wire. I've run these before on other vehicles I've had. I've always liked them. I like Taylor wires too, you know, but a lot of people badmouth Taylor. I think Taylor's kind of turned into, they're not what they used to be. You know, I used to run Taylor wires all the time when I was in high school. But, like I said, the second set, I may either just put them up for spares or put them on the wife's El Camino. Give them to her as a Christmas present. But these there's one drawback to them. A timing light that clamps around the plug wire will not read signal, so you have to use a regular plug wire to get your timing set. That's just something I've run into with them. But I only paid $135 on Amazon. I think it was Southwest Speed is where I bought these, selling on Amazon. And they were $135.99, so I saved some money there. That's from CX Racing. This was only like 35 bucks. You know, it's probably 1/8 inch thick. 3 to 3 to 3. You know, and I've got a 2.5 to 3, and I didn't want that. 2.5 is too small. And then of course the 45s to kick over, and then I'll have a short tube going into here, and then this will go to the carb hat or the plenum, which is Spectre Racing. If it don't work, then I'll go buy a Pro Charger hat. I've used the Pro Charger hats, and I know they work well. And they're a little bit thicker, I think. The one I got in Spectre is actually about 1/4 inch thick. I was actually surprised at it for, like, you know, it was $109. So, but, yeah. But that Extreme stuff I have used in the past, I just don't know if it's the same stuff. It's the same guy, but you know, I noticed a lot of the Top Fuel guys and a lot of the alcohol guys are running it in these big cubic inch blower motors. So, but evidently Brad Penn is now Penn grade. And I read an article in the forum where a guy actually set some in out of the last batch of new oil. He had the old stuff, and he sent some of this in to have an analysis done on it. And he said this had about between 500 and 800 more parts, I guess parts per million, of zinc and phosphorus. I've always run VR1 in most everything, even my daily driver stuff. I run it in my Duramax. And the funny thing is, and you can believe it or not, everything I put it in damn near stops using oil. My dually at V10 Ford has got 440-some thousand miles on it. And to this day, it gets between add and full, and that's where it stays. And it's had that stuff in it ever since I bought it. And I've had it for, what, damn near 10 years. It had 160, 170,000, I think, on it when I got it. I bought it from Leavenworth Fence Company. But, and then my Duramax, when I bought it, it had, just under 300,000 on it, that 02. I put it in it, and it settled down, quieted down, and didn't have no more trouble out of it. So, but we're going to try this. I know it's partial synthetic. I don't know. If my Extreme product stuff comes before I get ready to dump the oil and put new oil in it and reprime the oil system and push oil through the oil cooler that I got to run oil out of the engine through the cooler, then to the turbos, then it'll drain back, fill all that up, and then see what the dipstick reads, and I'll add a little to it to get it back up to the full mark. It might be a little overfull on initial startup, but it's not going to hurt it. I'm looking at maybe a half a quart. I mean, it's a 20-row plate and fin cooler. Same thing I run on the transmissions, the exact same cooler. So, well, I take that back. The tranny coolers, no, they're same size. They're same size. So, but, and my wife's new shoes, her orthopedic shoes, because she's an RN, she's on her feet all the time. But Moroso seems to be the only one that no matter what you buy, I bought 4 of those 2-quart oil filters from them. They give you decals. I don't care what you buy. They give you decals like they used to do. You know, a lot of people think Moroso's kind of turned into like Transdapt and some of these other companies where they're kind of, you know, Moroso's got real good stuff, and then they got some fucking, kind of got some janky stuff that's, yeah, like Walmart brand performance parts. But they do make some high-end stuff. Their billet oil pumps are really well. Their steel valve covers still have good chrome on them, and they're heavyweight. They're not like tinfoil. So, I got 2 sets of Moroso big block Chevy chrome valve covers. One set's painted green, the other set's not. So, but used to have a set of the old blue ones in the air cleaner for a small block, and I finally give it away. But, you know, I was going to share that with everybody. And I'm still waiting. I've got a carburetor coming. I bought a Holley. It's Demon. It's the one that's got that black coating on it. It come with the fuel line and a couple other little things. It was like $11.98. I bought it off through a guy on eBay. Blow through carburetor, $8.50. Air motive regulator. The pump's a MagnaFuel 500 series pump. We're going to run. I got 2-6 lines now because I was running 2 fuel pumps with that tunnel ram setup. But I think I'm going to run 1 single -10 line. I got enough hose and fittings to do it. And get that done. And then it's got a -8 bypass on it, which you can just run off the pump right back into the fuel cell. You don't have to run a line. The fitting's already plumbed onto the fuel pump. And I didn't get the one with the filter on it because I've got 2 Earls -10 screen filters between the cell and the pump. So I'm just going to run the 2 feed lines out of the cell into my, I got a Y, -10Y. I'll run it in a single line into the pump like I had it when we had the Holley on it. I still got all the fittings for it. So, but yeah, Postal Service, man. This stuff literally sat there for like 2 weeks in that one location, and it's just funny. I made that phone call and talked to this guy, and while I was on the phone with him, he called over there and asked him what was going on, and explained to him, well, the guy's got stuff he ordered after the fact. I ordered some hoodies from Street Race Channel after the fact, well after that, and they showed up, and it was supposed to be first in, first out over there, and yeah, stuff gets put in trailers, and trailers get parked, and then they forget what order stuff's got to come in, I guess. I don't know. Ain't my doing. I'm not going to beat it on anybody at all, because right now everybody's working their ass off that is working. I know the postal guy told me they're 80% more this year than they've been on any other Christmas because of all the online purchasing because of the COVID. And then they're trying to work it with about 1/3 of the staff that they normally would have. So, you know, I'm not going to beat on the ones that are working because they're working their asses off. So if you got anything coming shipped through the Postal Service that ain't there yet, just be patient. It'll show up, you know. It'll show up. But that's all I got right now, guys. I'll go out tonight, maybe run around the truck and show you where I got the oil cooler on. We got a whole bunch of stuff buttoned up, all the oil lines, pressure, drain lines, all that done. I had to pull the bumper and the grill out of it to get in there and move the tranny cooler over and put the oil cooler next to it. And I was able to reuse all of my fittings for the tunnel ram to plumb the oil cooler and 6AN stuff. So I'll show you all of it. It's getting real crowded between the engine and the core support. Trust me, there's a whole lot of shit going on down in there. And new plug for the fans. I used one of those 2-sided gray plugs like you use like a tow truck or whatever uses when you click the jumper cables to the truck. And it's got the little piece that hangs through the grill. It's the best way to describe it. I used a smaller version, one of them as the connector for the fans. So, had the grandson out there yesterday, and little buddy helped me mount the oil cooler and everything, helped me pull the grill and the bumper. And 4 years old, kid's good help. He really is. He loves being with Papa. So, with that being said, I'm going to get off here. I know you're tired of looking at this stuff, but, you know, in the end, I'm going to end up, like I said, 2 of these. 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 fuel pumps, 2 regulators, 2 presents I got for the grandson, because one of them was a big on wheels Hot Wheels case I got him for all of his Hot Wheels cars, because the kid's probably got 5,000 Hot Wheels that me and my son have bought him since he was born. and not a one of them's the same. I was buying them big boxes that had like 100 of them in it, old stock that had been setting for who knows where, and Amazon had a whole bunch of it on there they were selling. I bought him like, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them damn boxes that had 100 cars in them. So anyway, let everybody go, and I'll put a video up this evening showing what I got done on the truck. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that sub to me. Everybody watches the videos. I know some of them can be boring, like this one's probably boring as hell, but I'm just trying to share everything I can as it comes along. Everybody stay safe, God bless, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope 2021 is much better than this one was. Later.